Hello everyone and welcome! It's time for some Nioh. As you probably all read and heard, we are entering DLC 3 this time. So the game is actually almost over. Yeah. We are actually on the final line towards Nioh 2. And it's pretty cool, I would say. We are still missing a few Kodamas here and there, but might be doing that still. But first of all, we're going into the siege of Osaka in the summer. This is delightful. Interesting new title screen music. Also, did the levels for the mission go down? Because I can distinctly remember the last one was 200 something already. So we're fighting the same guy again. Okay. Oh, Kodama. Go back to the shrine. I mean, yeah, this is one of the levels I've never seen because Agonia never finished the first game. I mean, or the second. Huh? I don't know this level. You never finished DLC 3. What started it?
I don't remember.
Didn't? Hello, Sonny. Welcome to the chat. There we go. Aha, shortcut. By firing cannon. There was a tower there, now tower gone. See? Very funny. There we go. So there is a Kodama here, and I think it's up there. Ooh, even more Kodamas. So is this like... I see how the shortcuts are built up in this game, in this level. This one is broken. Okay. And Kodama! Go back to the shrine. Whew. Da 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 da. Huh. Yeah, I don't know what is going on with the performance sometimes. Huh? Okay, this level is shockingly straightforward. That makes the hot spring. Ah. Okay, how many do I need, actually? Let's actually... First of all, we want to start finding more elixirs. That's part one. Second of all, it should be doable. I can run past everything, which is nice. Ooh, I almost just ran into the water. Blindness Award 2025. Okay, I could probably... Wait. I don't know how much time this will save me, but it's another letter. There we go. Okay. I should actually open that gate, I would say, but apparently I am not allowed to. It just feels like a logical thing. Kodama! Hey! Get back. Am I overlooking something here is the question. I guess I killed the ninja. There's definitely something out there, but this definitely feels more like scenery. It would be funny if you could just open the gates though, so... Okay, I feel like I'm actually going to go back because that's just a lot of Amrita I want to dump into body again. And there's not a lot to do. I can even skip this part now. Like I have two shortcuts open, so that's that. Oh yeah, I can collect this here. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, there are no Kodamas anymore in this area. Good. I think I actually collected all of them on my way here, so... nailed it. Okay, so no more Kodamas in this area. Good, 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 good. Let's see. Can I find some more cannons? What was that? You don't need the stones. I think the person you're working for is just not caring about that part. Oh my god. So this is really just a fucking rematch. Okay, so I do not know if they have any changes. Ah, nice. Thank you. You know what? I'm just going out there. I mean, it's kind of funny that the shortcut system of this level is you shoot downwards and destroy, you know, their own positions, but it's funny. Yeah. Also, Kodama, hello. Who's getting lit up this time? Okay. Okay. I have no idea what is going on with... with the performance in these levels, but suffice to say, it's slightly ass. I am shocked. And if you're wondering, like, oh hey, what is your system? I have a 470. Also, hi bot and bye bot. Goodbye, actually. Okay, so this is now gonna be very funny. Hey, it's free Amrita. Oh wait, this. Okay. I'm gonna have to defeat some other guy again. Yeah, I do wonder if there was like a whole thing. I wonder if it was planned that, you know, if you defeat all of them in the, you know, last mission of the second DLC, that you get some bonus out of that, but not that I'm seeing it, and I kinda hate that. Like, this feels meh. Okay, here's the thing. The setup of the mission and the general layout of the level, cool. Really like it. Atmosphere, etc. It's like... It's great. It has this, you know... It has this really good feeling, I would say. But... I would lie if I didn't say that. It is kind of tiring to, you know, have another human level. And the gimmick is you're fighting through the same people again you fought through in the last level. Okay, random ninja just tanking everything. Okay, X guy just got obliterated. Kappa, fuck off. I feel like, you know, you should have something to. Okay, either two things. Either you're doing it like, oh, you have defeated them on the previous mission. They're now easy to defeat. You know, maybe because they're scared or something like that. Or you're sneaky and make it so, well, they're fired up now, they want to beat you even harder, so they're harder, which would suck a little bit because you still do the same stuff, but... You know what I mean. It's just the fact that you're rematching these fuckers again, and I took a detour last stream. I cleared normal missions again, and yeah, no, we're still back with them, and some of them are still annoying, and it's like, I wonder if this was like an idea both had, you know, the two different level designers had, and then they just were like, no, we just put both in there, and it's like, it's the same. I don't know. It still feels a little bit shitty, you know? Just a teeny tiny bit. Ah, this one is red. No, okay. There we go. I can talk to walls. Mokutama. Another Kodama. And there you go. Back. And, yeah, this one is the... Oh! Where did you get spawned in? Can I? This will be very fun if I can. Yeah, I didn't watch out for that. That one wasn't me. But hey. I can just go through here. And... Okay. So you still bother. Do I have... Nope. I guess I just have to do it the right way. Go. And yet you did. Curious. Okay, so nope, no Kodamas here. Good. No, it's a shrine. Okay. Streamer's knife. Well. Oh, well. Hey, Seraph. I'm not gonna lie. I love the mission layout, and I love some stuff. Love some stuff about it, but it's tiring because you know, just stop me if you heard this before. So you're storming an enemy fortification they built. and you have to fight, and only a few are optional. I think the 7 or 10 best warriors of the Zanadas. Yeah. Well, wait. Where did I hear that one from? Before. It's just, I don't know. Here's the thing: some human enemy levels are just annoying, you know. This is just, I don't know how to tell you otherwise. No, oh my god, it's... And this one was just... I could have probably killed way easier if I didn't need to fucking backtrack, because I forgot there was another ninja there, because it's the same fucking enemies from last DLC level. I wish it was different, but yeah, no, it's just the same fucking people. And now there's a bit more, oh yeah, sometimes there's a ninja hiding there, or, you know, you need to watch out because you're under cannon fire, and it's like, what am I doing here? Again, some cool ideas they have, like, these were, for example, cannon, it was a cannon, and they had some other, you know, there were like watcher towers with guards that, you know, sound the alarm and stuff, and you're like, okay, yeah, you know, cool. That you just kind of work your way up and then blast downwards to create shortcuts. Cool. I forget you all the time. Oh my god, I forget him all the time. And I feel to a degree, some enemies are probably... I think also the level difficulty is, you know, lower, so... There we go. It's just, yeah. Like, really cool idea for a level that you work your way through this makeshift fortress. 100%. It's just the rest that's like, oh yeah, hey, we're having a retread of this last level, and you're like, why? Also, like, very petty personal thing. I don't think human-centric levels are that fun. They can be, like, no question. But like, I think the game is working best, or like mechanics work best with yokai. That's a personal thing. And then you had like, you know, oh hey, the last DLC was like you try to storm that really big fortress of the Sanadas. Okay, yes, yeah, okay, so this one is the human-centric. This one was the human-centric DLC. And now the next one is kind of, you know, in terms of story setup, very much hints at, okay, the yokai are coming now. Because, like, there's this whole thing of the Zanadas just being like, oh yeah, we fight because it's like the thing we need to do because we have a obligation or something, and it's like, fuck us. At this point, you're just idiots and should maybe just ditch the woman you're working for. But see what I mean? It's just the guy again. And some of them are less annoying. Some of them are more annoying. And like, there's this whole setup over here like, oh, don't use the spirit stones. We have to win without yokai stuff. And they're like, okay, you know, it's interesting how Zanada so much lines up with, you know, Tokugawa and just is an idiot and doesn't want to do the right thing, but like, okay, cool. You know, probably until the you know, the woman he's working for is like, let's just use it anyway, and you're like, there we are. That's the thing you're showing. But yeah, right now I'm more like, eesh. Should I maybe, you know what, now that I think about it. Bet. I mean, we have a Wu on level 30. Yeah, a Wu is on 30, this is fine. Okay, let's just check this area again. This is the thing, you know. Probably would be triggered if, holy shit! They are throwing green gear at me though. Oh wait, is this already the boss? Okay. Just it's the same fucking boss fight. Oh, come on! Oh! Yeah, sorry, no, it's... I can tell you one thing, this is just... Oh. It's rude, but also like... I just... Yeah. No, it's the same boss fight you fought last DLC. But actually it's both the boss fights you fought last DLC. Listen, I know this is more difficult, but also it's just... I don't know, this just feels cheap, you know? It's just not that interesting. Oh, okay. I just have to defeat one of them. You know what? Hey Claire, if you're seeing this, maybe you will see this as a clip, but I actually used the living weapon to defeat the boss. Sorry that I did it when you weren't there. Oh, you know, I was just like, okay, I'm just burst him away, then I focus on Sasuke. But like, okay, I guess that was the fucking fight. First mission done? Yeah, I guess this has to be clipped. No, maybe I will do that later. Ooh! Yeah, obviously he comes to our side. Like, I know why they did it, and it's like, but like, it's also just like, hey, you spent like 2.5 DLCs, or like 2.25 DLCs, just to point the obvious thing out that this guy is like probably I don't know if he's the strongest samurai, but like, considering he's literally 1v10ing Japan right now, and it's not like he's not winning, he can't win against Tokugawa Ieyasu, and he still is like, I ain't gonna use any of those spirit stones because that will betray all of my principles. And like, I respect you hard right now, my dude. You're an idiot, but I respect you. But also, hello, Team Ninja, if you hear that. You kind of spent a little bit too much time to get to the point of, oh wow, the person I'm working with just will use Amrita and fuck everything up and not do anything I will stand for. Like, yeah, we could have done that a bit faster, actually. Yeah, wait a second. I'm just gonna look again. What was the last one here? Okay, it was two. Okay, I was like, okay. Didn't know. I didn't think this was like, side missions. Finally fighting yokai. How are you doing? Hopefully everything is kind of fine. I actually ran out of energy drinks over the week, and I now found a wonderful little substitute. Basically, I made myself some black tea, some Darjeeling, and let it cool down. I kind of was like, okay, maybe I get it cold, but well, it's not. It's just like medium warm. What? It's lukewarm, but that's fine. And then I put in some honey, and I put in some, lemon extract, I think it's called. So, to give it some freshness, and yeah, it's really good, actually. Really good. Hey, there are yokai here. The guy you're working for kinda hates that. Why? What are you doing? Yeah, also the game lags in this level, which is like, yeah, this area again. Wow. Lemon juice has to drink a lot. Yeah, lemon juice is like so good. I fucking love using lemon juice in a lot, like, I once made like really, so basically, okay, took some chicken breast, just salt and pepper in the fridge for at least 2 hours, dry brining. Hope you know what I mean with that. Also, not too thick, make it a bit thin, you smash it a bit thin. That's how you should do chicken breast. Then, in a pan, really fucking hot, searing from both sides, and there's like a nice crust. So then it's also finished. You just take it out, let it rest. It will cook to perfection inside, no worries, and it will still be juicy. And then you can put in like a bit of small light diced onions, maybe some small diced mushrooms I do sometimes. Maybe a bit of white wine, but mostly you put in cream, scrape the front of the bottom, and a lot of lemon juice and pepper, and then you dice the chicken finely, mix it back in after it has cooked. You don't want to cook the chicken, you want it juicy. Mix it in and just over rice or with noodles. Delicious. Okay. It is funny how basically all the DLCs are like, like, how should I put it? So the story of Nioh is basically, hey, Mitsunari and Tokugawa are fighting. And it turns out, basically everyone agrees, Mitsunari, it's stupid that you even took help from the British that just wanted to keep this war going. Also, you would not make a good shogun. And Mitsunari's like, yeah, maybe I should give my head so there might actually be peace in the end. And like, okay. And then the DLC are like, okay, so the Spanish are now on in here. And they're just like basically giving everyone somewhat capable the option of like, hey, do you want to become shogun and do another war? And the answer seems to be continuously like Date Shikizane is just like, oh yeah, I had ambitions like that, and then they're like, hey Date, don't you rather want peace than this? And he's like, actually, yes. Let us actually end this bullshit once and for all. I'm joining you. And then the Sanadas are like, no, I still have to do this whole debt to my family has. And now they're like, oh, hey, what do you mean they're using yokai? Well, fuck that. We're just not gonna help them anymore. It's like, okay. Mm-hmm. Ninja dogs. They have knives in their mouth. Did they hide someone again? No, actually not. See, yokai are fun to fight because you actually can just kill them. And then humans are like, block. And you're like, I don't know, I wanted to say something, I block your mother or something, but that's not even funny. Also, can we just talk about how, in hindsight, I think Nioh is kind of a bit of shogunate propaganda? Like, here's the thing. I've been thinking about that a bit because, like, you know, every country has its history. But it's interesting how Nioh 1 specifically decided to portray, you know, all the relevant people, like especially Tokugawa Ieyasu is just like, I will do everything to ensure peace, period. Like, when you go through the campaign, you're like, oh wow, Oda Nobunaga was a monster, who in the end is like, yeah, well, you know what, you revived me, but fuck you, I was dead, I failed, so cheers to that, I'm just gonna fuck off. This fight was fun. Like, okay. But Tokugawa Ieyasu is just like, unequivocally just like, the guy that just saves Japan, basically. And everyone else is either, you know, being misguided, or, you know, okay, actually, the fact that the son just, you know, I think this, I don't know who that was again, but like, that guy just opened his mouth for the first time in this cutscene, and he's just such an arrogant little prick, and you're like, yeah, you know what? It's interesting that you have a game about someone gaining the rule over a whole goddamn island, like a whole nation, and the last antagonist is just like the bitchiest child ever, up his ass so much, and you're like, yeah, no, you know what? Maybe he deserves to die. But also, like, keep in mind that Japan has, as much as, you know, the Sengoku Jidai and the Tokugawas are, like, just part of history, ever thought about how revering them or going like, hey, maybe the shogunate was better, is like still in direct contrast to the current government? Because, like, let's not forget, the Meiji Restoration was specifically to install the emperor again into full power, and meanwhile the samurais were, you know, basically kicked out. Would be interesting to think about the fact, like, the implications of making a game explicitly that the emperor, the emperor and empire bad, shogunate good, but like, oh Claire, you missed. Okay, imagine this. I have like the best boss fight, and it goes, and they're like, oh shit, I have to do something. So I actually used my living weapon to finish it up flawlessly, and you weren't there to see it. Otherwise, it's you just living. Yes. Hey, if you go back, you can maybe still clip it. Just being like, holy shit, Nia did her job. Otherwise, I did the first mission of the third DLC, and I was kind of bored. Yeah, but this time I was like, wait. I was just like, wait, this is the perfect opportunity to use living weapon because it's the absolute perfect moment. And then it had even bigger ramifications of using it than I even thought beforehand, because it won me the fight instantly. Yeah. It was truly an emergency situation. Why didn't blocking work? That's been true of so many boss fights. Not really. A lot of them I could have, but okay. So here's the thing: this level, we're currently going through parts of it's one of those levels where I would say it's fine, good premise. The problem is it's basically a rematch of the last mission from the previous DLC. And I'm not kidding. It's literally, you're moving through an area, a fortress, and you fight the best warriors of the Zanada. This time you kill them, though. And guess who's the final boss of that level? With his, and I kid you not, exact same moveset. But there's a twist. You see, when you fight Zanada again, at some point, I think at 1/4 of his health, Sasuke joins the fight. He used the living weapon. And it's just like, oh, I mean, kind of neat, but also, yeah. I was like, you know what, let's just burst him down, and then it turns out bursting him down was just the best move I could ever do. Oh boy, an Onryoki. Wait, what? Okay, that was the mission though. Okay, they keep reusing the fucking Onryoki even in the last DLC. It's so funny. It's just like, hey, do you have any other yokai boss you could maybe reuse? And like, hey, the second boss of the game gets reused once. Onryoki at least 20 times now. I guess let's do this. But yeah, you see the clip. I used the living weapon and I used it in the right moment. It was emergency. So you know what that means, Claire? Using living weapon only in the utmost emergency situations is correct. And I should never change my behavior. Bro thinks he's hiding. Hey, seeing that level again for once. Also, I think that's the first time fucking Tokugawa's son is ever mentioned in this game. Oh yeah, did I talk about it yesterday already? I actually finished up the new Daredevil series. It's fucking good. Like, here's the thing. I'd expected it not to be good. Because, you know, the thing with the series on Disney Plus is like, you know, you tune them in and you're sometimes like, you know, it's nice to maybe see those characters again. But they were not, you know, anything special. And it won me the fight. Keep that in mind. Yeah, getting him to burn is like the thing I wanted to do. Yeah, but like it wasn't an emergency situation. You know. But yeah. Like, if I can finish something without living weapon, I will not use it. Yeah, Mysterious Samurai. But yeah, the new Daredevil series is really good. Like, if you ever thought, hey, I can tell you, it is one of those. If you ever thought the MCU has just started kind of sucking, and you needed a reminder of. It can't be better than that. That was the mysterious samurai. But who was it? But yeah, if you ever thought like, hey, is there even still like any point in keeping the MCU alive? And you know, the only answer after Endgame for you is Guardians 3? Watch Daredevil. I am not kidding. It is that good. Resentment Unleashed. How many have I missed one Kodama! No! Anyway, let's get into this. But yeah, it's kind of funny because I wrote about it already, but like, I really thought that series would be ass. Or, you know, at best, mid. Because, like, Disney was not good at being put, you know, having, you know, getting like the you into the feeling of, hey, superhero series are worth it, or you know, they're getting built up to something. Okay, so now we're getting the interesting yokai. I was not getting to that, but maybe I will still later get a call after I defeated some more yokai. They were the only ones that interest me to watch. I get Loki, and I think Loki season 2 has an interesting ending. But like, trust me, try Daredevil. It is okay. Here's the thing. If you ever wanted to have the feeling that you know this comic book feeling of grounded superheroes where death happens and it's you don't just brawl with that much superpowers and like every impact is you feel, but also this is like the more typical, like I can tell you this, Daredevil season 1 so far felt like a typical comic book run in the most positive way. It has the smaller focus, and it still spins into like something where like this is probably the best antagonist plot in the whole MCU right now to the big degree, and it highlights why fucking Kingpin is such an interesting villain, because he's just a brick that is very smart. It's just, yeah, if you're like, hey, I like Daredevil and the whole smaller stuff, lower scale Marvel stuff, it's that. Also, the fact is, it's made by the Punisher guy. So it is shot on set, physical effects, really, like, the fighting is good. It's not shit. It's like, heavy, impactful, and you're like, yeah, this fucking, it rules, and like, oh hey, also the characters are good, and just again, it's this, for the first time I was like, yeah, you know what, this was just a glimpse in the day, in a typical period of just fucking Marvel New York City. Also, let me be clear here, the show hates the cops. Like there's a whole fucking bunch of cops that, spray tattoo themselves the Punisher logo, and they're like, we are so great fans of you, and the Punisher's like, you are fucking clowns, and just wants to shoot them, and you're like, damn, holy shit, is that a Marvel show with a message? I haven't had you in a long time. Oh yeah, the Punisher hates cops, but like, you'd think that a media adaptation would not be this blunt about the cops just siding with, the cops side with fascism like very quickly, and the one guy that could have maybe prevented it is just too caught up in his own bullshit to realize that. And like, also the whole Daredevil basically breaking because he's like, he tries so hard to believe in the quote-unquote system, and then he's just like, nah, fuck this shit, this isn't working. And again, wait, oh yeah, hey, data. It's kind of cool that this guy's just here and it's like, yeah, no, let's fuck the yokai up. I just kind of like that. But yeah, it's just, you don't expect to have like, I heard that, by the way. It's I heard that Superman's apparently really good, and okay, oh, they're following me. Okay, that's cool. Like yeah, like, okay, here's the thing. There is basically one or two details from the Netflix show that if you like, you can watch them and it's a good continuation. But I think you will get most things even without, watching Netflix's Daredevil and Punisher, even though it is a continuation of both. I need to catch up on that then. I mean, I am mostly waiting for, Oh, hey, Geometry! I didn't see you there. You were so small. Yeah, it's just, like, yeah, if you really were craving, like, I can see, like, that's the thing with Superman. I get, the thing is, Superman and, like, most, superhero stuff is on this, high level, It's like, the big enemies, world-ending disasters and stuff. Meanwhile, Daredevil is like the opposite. It's the street level. It's the day-to-day life. It's the, you know, it's all those superheroes and such that could die with a bullet to the head. And yeah, it's a good show. Like, yeah. Also, but I need to warn you, it ends on basically one hell of a cliffhanger. Basically because there's the second part is coming next March, I think. But like, oh my god, is it one hell of a good cliffhanger? Because it's like, I mean, they've wrapped up filming, so it's still coming out, but yeah. I just hope this is gonna be the thing with Andor where, like, you know, people overlook, like, the first one, and then they're like, oh, wait, this one is actually pretty good. Maybe we should catch up on that more. Kodama! But yeah, I get you. Also, more, they already confirmed that a few other characters will return in part 2, so like, yeah, I'm actually just looking forward to being very normal about Jessica Jones again. Can we all agree that Jessica Jones is very, very hot? I see we have a fellow Jessica Jones enjoyer. She's in the second part, confirmed. Which makes story-wise a lot of sense, actually. Like, they have a few returning characters from other shows, even on Disney, but like, you don't, that's not something you need, like, you don't need to watch Hawkeye to get what it's coming. But like, yeah, Jessica Jones is returning. Which is good, because... yeah. Oh yeah, I watched it together with Agonia, and we were like, I can definitely say the 3 seasons of Jessica Jones are one hell of a good run. Like, I am shocked we haven't gotten a new run of her yet, even though, yeah, I guess her story is a bit finished. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, this one is just a slugfest. Interesting, but the fact that we don't have a shortcut here just makes it a bit more annoying. Yeah, I don't know if they want to what they might want to continue, because like, I get it. It's like the thing with streaming is just the whole concept isn't working out, and I get that. The thing is, this would still be great TV shows. In fact, I would say people would probably talk more if that ever was a TV show. Oh yeah, like like there was definitely a knockoff effect on the whole market. I mean, they also did it with Star Wars. Let's just be real, but that's just like. I think everyone just got sick of, you know, yeah. Like, the thing is, they just wrecked a lot of stuff with that. Like, fuck. Now I definitely need to clear my item box. Cool. Yeah, it's like, I can just say that, they just oversaturated. And this had a knockoff effect on so much, like, okay, so interestingly, I saw a while ago a few people, okay, here's the thing. So there was an investors call from Ubisoft recently, and some people got really mad at Yves Guillemot. Like, here's the thing. There are a lot of things you can get mad at this guy for, especially, you know, being kind of a shithead. But, like, him saying people just weren't in the mood for a lot of for Star Wars isn't wrong. And people are like, oh, but some things sell. You know what? Sequels. If your whole argument is, oh, but Jedi Survivor sold. Oh, you mean a sequel to a game that already sold tens of millions? You know, that came out during the, dropping plot critical episodes of Mandalorian in the middle of the Boba Fett show. Yeah, that happened because they kind of were like, we can't do Mandalorian Season 3 yet, so let's just do, Boba Fett. But, yeah. It's just like, the thing is just like, him saying people were just, you know, not fond of Star Wars anymore isn't wrong. I know people get pissed because like, oh, but people liked Andor. Yeah, Andor, you know, the fucking show that, where everyone kept talking about how good it is, and then the second season came out and everyone checked out how good it is. You mean that show? You mean that show? But then they're like, oh, but Jedi Survivor, you mean the sequel to one of the best-selling games of the year it came out? Yeah, people still see Star Wars and buy Star Wars if it's old stuff, if it's sequel stuff. Yep. And, like, you know how I can prove to you that people really didn't care a lot about new Star Wars stuff, even if it's, you know, even if it might be good? I should not have done that. And the answer is The Acolyte. Because the thing is, let's just be real here. As much as I heard that The Acolyte was really good, well, little drop in viewers. Because the thing is, a lot of people were just like, why should I subscribe to another Star Wars project that potentially has like a gazillion spin-off stuff? And that's just the thing, you know? If you go and make a lot of stuff, a lot of people just didn't want to do. And that's what I mean. I'm not saying it's bad, it's just aside from the stuff everyone knows already, they just didn't get into new Star Wars. And that's this... Because, like, the average buyer doesn't care for fucking... You know, the average buyer of video games doesn't care if a game has a bit of a choppy launch or so. They don't. They fucking don't. But when you then... and then you put Star Wars on the name, a lot of people are just like, oh yeah, it's Star Wars. That's cool. Oh, cool. That was nice. Thank you. Yeah, that's the thing. The Acolyte came out after Ahsoka, where everyone was like, oh, cool, it's a show about... What do you mean I have to see Clone Wars and Rebels? What do you mean with that? Still, when people say a lot of people still watched Ahsoka, this was, yeah, everyone from the Rebels and Clone Wars fandom, because guess what? This was just another show in that lineup. But the Acolyte? A lot of people were just like, no. Why should we subscribe to a storyline in another, you know, during another time frame of that universe? People are not that insane. It gets better after the first season. Like, yes, it's a kids show, but like, let's just also be real here. Star Wars was supposed to be for kids always, so I'm not too... Like, I'm not gonna be too harsh on that part, but yeah. 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 But like, you know what? Let me blow your mind. Do you know that actually the Acolyte isn't my definitive statement that people do not watch, you know, newer Star Wars shows? Because you totally forgot Skeleton Crew existed until I mentioned it now. Yeah. Mm-hmm. How much did I hit the nail on the head? Of like, oh, but people like Star Wars. Yeah, the shit they know. They do not subscribe to that much more if it's, you know... Like, on one hand, you know, I don't even have a problem with, you know, an 80s throwback show in the Star Wars universe. Like, it's not the worst idea. But the thing is, people just legitimately tuned out. because the thing is just fact of the matter. There was too much going on. As much as I'm currently like, you know, Daredevil was great. Maybe gonna look into Ironheart. I have no idea how many MCU series I haven't watched in the meantime since Loki 2. I only know that, you know, I can only tell you now, Daredevil, Born Again is the best Daredevil series. And I was always saying that the 3 Netflix runs were not really that good. They're fine. They had good fighting, but a lot of their plot was just, it didn't really go anywhere. It just, you know, sometimes it just dawdled on moments, and it was just, yeah, personally, I don't think the Netflix shows were actually that good. The Jessica Jones one, home run. 1, 2, 3, great. I mean, in hindsight, when you look up who made it, aka the woman that made the writer from, I think director and writer from fucking, was it Twilight? Made Jessica Jones? And it's just like, yeah, okay, you know what? No. Someone was just cooking at this point. This is like one of those. Yeah. So it's kind of Jessica Jones home run. Also, and this is something no one can dispute, because guess what? You all didn't see it. Luke Cage and Iron Fist season 2s were both fantastic. Actually, they were really good, better than Daredevil. Yeah, there I said it. They were really good because they actually were allowed to do their own shit. Anyway, will be interesting to see if we see some of those people back. But yeah, okay, where the fuck do they want me to go? There was an Iron Fist season 2, and it's good. Hello? Where do I... Oh. Oh my god. Yeah. But like, the thing I just want to point out is that it's, yeah, there were, I don't think the Daredevil shows were that good. Born Again is an insane home run. I was just shocked how good that was. Like, I think the highest notion I can give Born Again is that it has probably one of the best twists in the whole MCU, or like just in superhero in general, because it's a fucking, you know, you know, in like crime stories and so, how usually the stuff everyone mentions is very mundane. It's one of those. It's really good. Like, holy shit. The writers knew exactly how to tie everything together. And again, there's all the hints are there from the start. So you can actually piece it together from day one. You're like, wait a second. Oh no, the wall is angry. Oh, come on! I didn't even see that with this camera. You should really watch TV. Yeah, better than streaming. Huh. I mean, yeah. But yeah, it's that well. Oh, you know what? We talked enough about that. So, anything interesting that happened to anyone? Oh, they still want to attack it. It's fine. Okay, Kodama! Honestly, it would be very funny if they just joined and just were like, yeah, no. Okay, interesting idea for an enemy that, you know, you have to hit their backs for once. I think the failed son of Toyotomi Hideyoshi? I think? He's kind of an arrogant ass, so... Yeah, more Kodama! Ooh, look at that! Perfect to level up. Ah. Why does it have elephant sounds? Ah. Kodama. Jewel of Life. Okay. More Kodama. All of these missions Kodama spirits have been... Ooh. Ooh, how nice. This looks like a boss fight. Okay. Yeah, okay, this mission's Kodama. But, there. Okay. It is literally just an elephant noises. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I went too loud.
You're always too loud. Would you really like to get hit by that turn attack?
Yeah, it's weird. I just don't. There is Argoni activity, yes.
I know.
Cherish it. Of what might not be long. Okay. I thought I had an input happened, but my character wasn't visible, so... I wonder if it's actually weak against fire or something else. Oh, okay, yeah, fair point, but like... I... Okay. I mean, I would have used... Okay, fun fact, I was actually about to just use it, but, didn't need to, I guess. Okay. Elephant yokai bird done. And all the Kodamas rescued, so that's good, right? I rescued all the Kodamas. That's good. I feel like there is still one more mission left, but yeah. The last samurai. The last samurai. Oh wow, they are okay, so first of all, let's go over a few things. So Tom Cruise is in this game. I don't think he is, but you know. First of all, Dragon Sword material. Select the piece. Yeah, I do want to actually upgrade my Dragon Sword. Okay. Nothing will change here, but I have already more damage. So, let's go with this one. I have a lot to upgrade here. And I can do that all because I have that money. Swimming in loads of dosh. Yeah, yeah, can't do this higher. So I don't think Tom Cruise is in the game though, so okay, except for the shoes, we have everything on +5 now. That is progress. Meaning I will just do a side mission now, get the familiarity up. hey, it's kind of funny how in the side missions in second DLC, Munishiga just shows up sometimes like, hi, remember me? They could have had a mission just called Impossible. Like, I mean, The Last Samurai, I think, was also a book and not just Tom Cruise, but like, yeah, like, I mean, as much as we can have jokes about Tom Cruise, like, he's still Scientology, so, you know. Yeah, I think I got like +4. Ooh. Yeah, right. I never fought side by side with Munishiga. Hey, I ditched your armor set. It was actually pretty good, but I ditched it. Yeah, it's like that's the thing, you know. When it comes to like, I mean, let's just be real here. The USA is cult land. It's hard to say, you know, who hasn't stepped inside of a cult at in that country in some form, but like the thing is just that as much as I can, you know, say there are definitely people who are like in some Christian groups where like the group sucks and they probably not as much as a direct person, but it still sucks that they're in these groups because like I think that is just this one thing about the USA. I think that has just flattened so much about their thinking, as in like, you know, everyone is in kind of a cult, and saying any, you know, saying someone is bad, it's just, you know, that's their opinion because, you know, everyone is in one, and yours is definitely also a problem, and I guess it was founded by Puritans. I mean, honestly, in that part, I would say there's a lot of things it is, as in, I would also say, just simply a product of oh well. Yeah. Just the fact that there were just so many groups, and the problem of the USA is like, and I mean this as seriously as I want, absolutely seriously, no one really took over, and you know, to a degree, I get the sentiment of like, you know, we all live side by side, and that's that. Yeah, the problem is just the USA. It's like its geography is just the main problem here. Because here's the thing. If you make a country with the realization, shit, we're basically a nation full of splinter groups of Christianity, then the obvious solution was for a lot of them, hey, we're just saying no one is in power. Period. We all have to be you know, there is no not one group saying who is what, because like that's the thing people forget. The USA has you know, has the whole distinction, like, oh, state and religion should be separated, which, yes. The problem is just, yeah, like, the nature of religions. Like, back in the day, this just kind of made sense, You don't want to be the person that says this is this, but, like, you need to keep in mind, this was a nation full of radical minority groups, as in religious minorities back in the day. And the thing is, with their radical nature, they all think they should be the one in charge. And this isn't just something they came up with. This is literally the fucking dogma of them, because religions have dogmas. All these groups think they should decide who to, how the country should run. Now, back in the day, not so hard, because, like, politics were done on the coast, East Coast mainly. And a lot of people, running the country were not that keen on breaking that peace. The problem is just, as you probably know, the USA is fucking huge. So all of these communities always ended up sprawling out into the rural areas where they were not really regulated, and when they were too big to actually clamp down on, everyone was like, well, we just have to accept that because that's the law. So you just had a gigantic amount of groups that were all thinking about how the country should be run based on their religious dogma. None of them were really clamped down on. No one was ever set on, hey, this is how we're in charge and this has to be enforced. Because the fact of the matter is, when I see people now being like, maybe state atheism isn't so bad, it's the reason why the French have it. Because they realized the moment you really want to separate, religion from this nation, you have to clamp down on the religions. Because religions will always, by their nature, want to have a say how a nation is run. And it's usually not how people want it to be run. That's just... I mean, hey, it's cool that people come to that realization now, but, like... This isn't like, some... I mean, by the way, the whole Reddit atheism thing is so fucking funny because it was genuinely used by a lot of people who couldn't let go of, Christianity, just to have, like, oh, the atheists, they went overboard. Ever hurt yourself? Also, no, atheism itself was right. I'm sorry.
I think you should specify that.
What?
I think you should specify.
Okay, here's the thing.
That, because there isn't really a dogma attached to it, so what do you mean?
There was never a dogma to atheism. The point is just, and that's kind of the crucial part, atheism in and of itself is only, and I mean only, the acceptance that there is no evidence for God. And everyone who claims that there is a God should provide adequate evidence. That is everything. The idea that there is some form of organization or so, or that you can from some internet stuff make any suggestions of atheism, is in fact fucking Christianity thinking, because you cannot think that something that has a name is not organized in some form or has some central part. This is why people always default to, they believe in science. No. The scientific method is like the best thing to confirm if things are right or wrong that we have. And even that, as we know, we have constant reiteration on what is right and wrong. That's just how the nature is of it. But like, yeah, the USA is so ingrained in this cult thinking that every group is somehow linked and you can rank them. That even people who are like definitely leftists cannot fully deprogram themselves of thinking of atheism as some form of religion and not, the rejection of religion. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, a lot of leftists, to this day, from the USA, and I will be very clear here, have still evangelical Puritan mindsets. And they do not want to hear that they still need to deprogram themselves on that. Eco-zeitgeist. Yeah, that's, yeah. The thing is, science is just science. Science can also be used for good and bad. Like, there's also this thing where people are like, numbers don't lie. Yeah, but the people interpreting them. Like, never show me a graph I have not faked myself. I think one of my favorite things in recent memory that I will always bring up is when people come, and are like, a new statistic from, a German Institute for Ecology says like, cows produce 75% of greenhouse gases in the country. And the thing is, the moment you hear that, you're like, holy shit, 75 to 80%. That is a lot. Wait, why did you not specify which greenhouse gas? Oh, it's only methane. Oh, if you put that into, if you transfer that into CO2, it would only amount to like 2, 3, maybe 4% of the country's greenhouse gas emission. You see what I mean with the numbers are not wrong, but how they're presented is factually misleading. And similarly, science can show you a lot of facts. History can show you a lot of facts, but how this is interpreted is wildly different. Like, for example, so that the priest says women are inferior, now it's evolutionary psychology says so, which I mean is bullshit, but yeah. It's just, because women were gatherers, men were hunters, and what do you mean this is an outdated model? What do you mean this was never actually confirmed? What do you mean people ignored constantly evidence to the contrary? What do you mean warrior woman? What do you mean homosexuality was very normal in the Stone Ages? Oops! It's similar to how people got fucking angry at me for pointing out that storks keep having, like, okay. Yeah, the thing is, there were conservative Christians who just realized the church kind of sucks, but didn't want to change anything about that. We're in the snow again! Holy shit! They don't have snow! They're not secured from the cold! No! The Kodamas don't have Kodamas! Okay. Yeah, so like, every time someone comes at me with, atheists, I'm like, actual atheists or just the fucking straw man you made up in your mind? Because we all know what is what, right? And like, the thing is, if someone comes at me and is like, atheists are like that, I'm gonna be honest with you here. I get a little bit pissy because, like, I mean, they are atheists, yeah, but like, I still get pissed when people say, atheists are like that, and I'm just like, first of all, no, and this is not just because I am an atheist, but because, you know, my fucking family were atheists. Like, for at least, well, 1, 2, 3, 4 generations. So, like, if you come at me and are like, oh, but them atheists. So do you mean the people that actually, you know, even back in the day critiqued the church and the fascists? Because the thing is, for a lot of people, atheism conveniently started in 2010 with Reddit. And, or, you know, more conveniently, when some innocent, you know, minds just were misled by, you know, that one fucking guy from US television. I don't know his name anymore. He has shit takes and made a movie. And, you know, that one guy whose whole, that one guy whose whole, career as a biologist has been disproven, basically. What? Who basically...
No, I asked, what?
The guy with memetics.
No, what you just said. I don't want something else. I want what you just said.
I said that basically atheism started with that one guy, that one biologist, whose whole career in biology has been disproven. Richard Dawkins, yeah.
Yes, that guy.
Yeah, who was basically he had something on evolutionary biology and was disputed by another guy, and turns out Richard Dawkins was just flat out wrong.
Richard Dawkins is wrong about a lot of things.
Yeah, but like even his biology thesis was just wrong.
I said a lot of things.
Fair point. Yeah, he's just also kind of an asshole. Like,
yeah.
I mean, you know, I will always say if you want to look at, you know,
he's an old white dude. That's what I remember. So the chances of him being not an asshole aren't particularly high. They exist, but
I mean, okay, here's the thing, when it comes to old white guys, like, my grandpa was an old white guy and he wasn't an asshole.
we're talking about statistics here.
Yeah. It's just like, a lot of them are. I think there's always this big thing of, you know, if you're a white dude and an atheist, I feel like there are just two paths nowadays, and either it's like you're the coolest grandpa/uncle one can imagine, or you're a racist shithead. There's just nothing in between there. Yeah. Oh well. Hey, Dawkins bashing on the timeline. Hey, better than... Then again, you know, if someone starts being a shithead, you kind of just have a timer on how far, you know, this guy is gonna be really shit, like, for example, I've also held, like, I held back on a joke for a few weeks now, like 2 weeks, on, like, like every moment we will see pictures of pirate software in the Bill Cosby suit. Turns out he wasn't there yet, but he was apparently a sex pest, so yeah. How unsurprising. Cool. I didn't see that attack coming. Oh yeah, sorry if you heard that, if you have to learn it from me. Yeah, apparently Pirate Software is also a bit of a creep. Allegedly. But considering, you know, this is coming from the furry fandom, and the furry fandom's usually not fucking around with that. Yeah. It's the... Okay, basically, streamer kept saying, oh, I worked at Blizzard. You know, everyone who worked with him at Blizzard hates him. Apparently. They all say, like, he sucks and is not a good coder. And there's this whole drama about him because basically... first off, he had this whole thing of streaming with people on a hardcore World of Warcraft server and kind of just letting them die. Yeah, that's not even where it started. The thing is, it kind of started with him being like, again, he was on this server and they streamed. And he kind of let his group die. Just... And everyone was like, yeah, whatever you're talking, man, you just acted shitty there. And, you know, just for everyone who doesn't know, on a World of Warcraft hardcore server, if you die, you lose your character. You have to start over again. So, this was just, you know, months of work for people down the drain. And he insisted he did nothing wrong. And then, you know, the Stop Killing Games thing came out, and he was like, no, it's, you know, it's unreasonable to keep things running, and Stop Killing Games is bad. And let me just tell you, he's handling it very maturely. As in, not at all. The thing is, the irony, I feel like, is... As much as, you know, I do think if you just notice that some people just keep uploading like 14 videos about him over the past week, and like, oh, fuck, this is just drama farming at this point. But then the fucking guy keeps responding to it. He just has this urge to be a little shit, like, because he doesn't want to be wrong. No, I dodged to the side. Like, for example, people analyzing his code led to a bunch of people being like, oh, you know, you actually do not need to be able to code that well. Who cares? Just make the game. Which is true, you know, aside from the fact that he has not even finished his own game in years. But, like, the thing is, I totally agree with you that the thing is just when you have years of, you know, years of bragging of, oh, I'm such a good coder, I'm like the Bob Ross of coding, you know, people deserve to take a look at your code. And if it's kind of ass and embarrassing for apparently 20 years of industry experience, you can call that out. But you think, like, okay, maybe this was... What the fuck? This was a bit overblown. Here's the thing. If you just stop at that, yeah. He replied. He made a whole fucking pissy deal of, oh no, you know, a code doesn't need to be good for a game that runs on a smart fridge. And you know what? Fair enough, that would be correct. So, imagine then... if then as the big dunk you upload a video of it being streamed onto a smart fridge. Yeah, so the big evidence that it runs on a smart fridge and doesn't need to have its code and performance optimized is he streamed it from a PC over a Raspberry Pi onto a smart fridge. This is definitely a guy that has no problems with any of this. No.
What always something very, very small. But he just can't.
Yeah, this is like, the thing is, I'd genuinely say the pirate software drama was overblown if he would not if he didn't kept being such an arrogant little shit that just desperately tries to prove everyone wrong. And he's just wrong. Like, again, he's like, oh, my game runs on a smart fridge. Fucking fakes it. Why? Why do you think people are so stupid? They saw the code. And yeah, and then it came out that apparently not only was he kind of shit to work with, he apparently is also a bit of a sex pest. Which is lovely, I would say. Apparently known in the Seattle indie dev community. So, wow. I was like, yeah, countdown to sex pest. It was kind of inevitable with someone like that. Like, that's the thing. As much as I say, you know, I can tell you there's a lot of people that get, you know, where especially shitty people try to make kind of, you know, they're kind of just assholes about them. I get that. But a white guy who hangs out with Asmongold, no, that's probably really just him being shitty. Yo! Okay, here's the thing. Is that genuinely a thing, the Tesla freezer? Because considering I know there is a Tesla diner now and they keep mayonnaise and eggs out in the California sun. I don't know. Oh. Oh, yeah. You know, if he would have actually watched Dragon Ball Z and known about stuff from Dragon Ball Z. Because it would be one of those things he just maybe Googles shortly and then says Kamehameha on Twitter. Gesundheit.
Oh God.
Oh. This level is annoying. At least I am almost full with the Dragon Sword. Okay. That would also just amount to a slight bit of overtime today. Yeah, it's just... And now I realize what you said. Yeah, I know. It's so stupid. And again, and the dip is made with mayonnaise that's set in the sun for hours. No. This is literally just, look, it's fries, but instead of, potatoes, it's bacon. Because, again, this guy has no idea what culinary dishes are. Even in terms of, fast food that people know. Because, like, the thing is, do you really think this guy has ever actually eaten fast food? Compared fast food? He just wants the, Americana prestige of fast food. What? They had no bacon strips like that with dip? No, not a thing. I doubt that. Like, okay, here's the thing. Trump eats fast food like that because he's a germaphobe. And, for him, this is like the only safe food to eat. I know it's weird, but like that's how he thinks. But it kind of makes sense because, people don't die from fast food, ergo it's actually safe. But Elon? No. Like, Elon is definitely someone who, he's a fucking rich South African boy. His father had an emerald mine. Do you think he was raised with the epic cool guy that everyone else has? Yeah. Hi. It's also upgraded gear and a good build. So, yeah, no, I don't think he actually knows stuff about that. Like, for example, how do you do a good smash burger? Okay? Like, one of the things is that a lot of people forget is that you either have like a very thin patty that you can flip, but the thing is with smash burgers, you actually have to smash them really thin to get basically just crust. Then it's a really good burger. Or you could do the how's it called? Oklahoma style, which is basically you take a bunch of white onions, the sweet ones, on a mandolin, thin as you can, slice them as thin as you can, and then you take a handful of them, put them on the meatball and press it with the meatball on the griddle, and then flip. because then the onions caramelize on the meat and also tenderize the meat. That's good. Otherwise, make a normal patty. And if you can do that well then you have a good. Then you still need to assemble the burger. Like, do you think the guy knows how to make a burger? No, he hired people at best. He just said what he wanted to have on the menu. And a lot of people do like, oh, I want to have bacon on burgers because that's what people do. Fun fact: bacon on a burger is not really that good. Like, here's the thing. I know, hot take. Bacon tastes great. Bacon in the flavor profile of a burger, also great. Crispy bacon strips inside of a burger is not that good. No, totally not. This is more like he demands stuff. Like, I can tell you, nearly every burger that has bacon on it is not gonna be that good because it's gonna suck to eat. Here's the thing. Like, good crispy bacon strips, great, for like breakfast and stuff. I get that. And in certain sandwiches, also good. But on a burger, well, the thing is, they have strips. Remember the last... I don't know if anyone of you have eaten like a burger with bacon strips, but you know what happened the last time you probably did it? You bit in, and you pulled one completely out. So now, 1/3 of your burger is now non-baconized.
Or it crumbled at the break point.
Like, there is probably a way out there to, make it. And fun fact, the best thing I saw from someone to do that is actually take bacon, grind it down, grind it down and make like a bacon patty and fry that separately, and have a bacon patty on top of the normal beef patty, because then you have like two patties with, consistent bites.
Or you could use really, really small bacon.
You could also that, but that falls out on the side and that kind of sucks.
Not if you do it right.
Yeah, fair point. That's the thing. Good burger is not that hard. But knowing what a good burger is, well, that is harder than you think. Anyway, this was Nioh DLC 3. We have already 2 missions down. I think we are tomorrow in the last mission. Meaning we would have all the main game content done. And while I talk here, let's just check really quickly. Do we have something else we can... Nothing. Oh, the lightning cannon, +5. That thing is cool. I wish I could upgrade that. Wait a second. Can I? Yes. Everything on +5. Maria's not going to know what hit her. That's also a good one. But yeah, I think tomorrow we might be wrapping this one up slowly. At least the main stuff. Then we will still go do the side missions, maybe collect the kodamas. If we're spicy, collecting kodama, obviously. And yeah, I think then we are done. Now that I have a timeline, so probably tomorrow finishing up the story and DLC. Probably starting on some optional missions, but finishing them up on Thursday. So Saturday should actually be the first time we're gonna go into Nioh 2. Ain't that great? Meaning we can make the hottest yokai girl. So, I hope you're ready for hot yokai girl. Yeah. Because like I can tell you, like this will actually take at least an hour. I will actually sit down and take my time with that character editor. I usually just half-ass it, but this time I want to make a good character together with you. And since it's gonna be probably on Saturday, means that most of you will have time. Yeah, otherwise, hopefully you're gonna have a nice week ahead of you. As you probably know, System Shock 2 is still on Wednesday. We're gonna restream the Battlefield 6 multiplayer reveal on Thursday. Wiki 3 is again on Friday, so that's gonna be fun in the app. And the character creator is half the game. It's one hell of a good character creator, like no shit. Yeah, Sunday I don't know yet. We still need to find the Sunday game, so we'll see how that ends up. But have a good night and have a good time. See you tomorrow for maybe finishing up the story part. Bye!